How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Bunker 9. I'm Davis, joined by Darien.
Hi, everybody.
And today's patron is the self-referential 6, particularly you.
Ooh.
Yeah. What did we talk about today, Darien?
DJ, today is an auspicious occasion because it is our 100th Bunker 9 bonus episode.
It is so wonderful to have done 100 of these things.
We've done 100 of these.
So crazy.
We've done 100 main feed episode. We've done several dozen Remyth episodes.
Yep.
And we've done a handful of Muses Movie Night episodes.
That we have.
So we're at over 200 episodes of content.
It's outstanding.
That's wild.
Love doing it.
Good for us. So for episode 100, we are... Well, first I put a lot of pressure on myself to figure out how to make this big and splashy and super special and memorable. And then I thought, what if instead we just kind of bitched about the Rick Riordan books for a hot minute?
Yeah, we sing the praises of this all the time. Sometimes we bitch about them, but for the most part...
Sometimes we aggressively critique the things.
Yep. But for the most part, we enjoy these books.
Mm-hmm. And then, well, here's the other thing. This series has been going on for 20 years.
Yeah.
2 decades. 2 decades.
More than, I feel like
when just over
Lightning
2 decades.
Thief came out.
Lightning Thief book publication.
So did the series.
Nope, 2005.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Hey.
so
wow.
20
2
years.
decades.
Yep, 2 decades. And there's 5, 10, 15 books in the mainline series.
Quote unquote mainline.
Well, not counting Demigod Diaries or Camp Half-Blood or 9 from the 9 or Percy Jackson, Greek Gods.
Because it's like the King Chronicles sure are a mainline series of King Chronicles. But I think the mainline series are the 5-book series.
Well, there's the core Camp Half-Blood books, and then there's the Egyptian ones and the Magnus ones, but then there's the Nico ones now.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying 20-something.
No, I understand
because
what you're
I
saying.
will also be citing in this episode things from...
All of them.
All of them. This is what I am lovingly calling Rick Riordan's 11 most egregious continuity errors, ranked on how annoying I personally find them.
Yeah, fair enough.
So we start out at the thing I find the least egregious. Oh, and also shout out to some of my Percy Jackson podcaster friends who helped me compile this list, because I ended up at 6 and I was like, that's a bad number. I need 10. But then I ended up with 11. So
because probably that 11th was really good.
The worst number. So number 1, bottom of the list, and honestly, one of our earliest continuity errors, Blackjack's gender swap.
Yeah. In Sea of Monsters, it was she.
Mm-hmm.
And from Titan's Curse onwards, it's he.
Yep. Very, very specifically, Percy describes the black Pegasus mare on the Princess Andromeda, who he frees and flies away. And then in the Titan's Curse, same black Pegasus shows up, is this time introduced as Blackjack, who is a stallion. And this doesn't have to be the same horse, Pegasus. It's funnier if I say horse. It doesn't have to be the same horse. Like,
no,
it didn't need to be. It could just be, this is another black stallion that that Percy is friends with. And that's fine. So the thing that makes it bizarre is that he decided to commit, also just showed up, forgot. Rick Riordan has claimed that Percy didn't know. And I'm going to tell you what. I may not be a horse girl, but you can tell whether it's a stallion or whether it's a mare.
It's also, he's the son of Poseidon.
He's
like almost specifically
Lord
like
of
about horses, right?
Yeah, he can talk to them, understand them. So yeah, but this one, pretty crazy.
Yeah, but it's also like,
There are others on this list that you might say like, oh, that one feels like even less egregious than Blackjack. But Blackjack gets to be on the bottom of how much it annoys me, because it does mean we as a fandom get to say Blackjack is a trans icon. Good for us. All right. Next up, this one was pointed out to me from Charlie of the Eldest Gods. Talia's eye color changes. Yes, it is described as her... Well, hold on.
It's probably blue eyes, because I think Jason has blue eyes.
Yes. Okay. So when it's first mentioned, and Percy has a dream about her and sees her when they got the they're trying to take a test, but they're in straitjackets.
Mm-hmm.
And she's there. He describes her as having stormy green eyes. But later, when she actually comes back and he's holding her at the base of the tree, she says it's described as having electric blue eyes.
That's the same book.
That's what makes it, it's the same book.
I wonder. Weird.
Yeah. Rick has mentioned that he just straight up forgot. I'm ready. But also the reason I'm like, this is wild. Same book. You just straight forgot. And you're allowed to straight forget. Like, who cares? Again, doesn't really matter.
It's a minor detail.
It's
honestly.
such a minor thing. But it's funny. And I was willing to let it pass. Like, well, Percy doesn't know what Talia actually looks like. And it's not like he's having like a vision of her or anything like that. It's like a total dream. So, next one. And this one's a bigger one. Rhaena claiming that she had spent time on Calypso's island.
Yeah. Not Cersei's island.
Not Cersei's island.
The Calypso's island and Cersei's island is a pretty big mix-up because they're not even remotely the same character. If it was like Cersei and Medea, then like maybe.
Maybe, but like Medea's not even in the Odyssey.
Not on the island either.
No, this is not like, and we know why the mix-up happened. And this is literally just another like the author mixed it up. Like was thinking of Cersei, accidentally wrote Calypso. They're both scene-named female characters with magic who were associated with islands in the Odyssey.
Yeah,
there's a lot of overlap there.
There's a ton like that Venn diagram. While not a circle, it's pretty close.
It's pretty damn close, and. It just, no one caught it in editing.
It's pretty rough.
It's silly. It ranks a little higher than the other things on the list. I mean, it's still low on the list, but it's the first time I was like, wait, hold on.
No.
There's a major continuity error.
No. Hold on a second.
Next, I'm going to talk about Hypnos, putting Manhattan to sleep.
Yeah. It wasn't Hypnos.
It was not Hypnos.
It was Morpheus.
Mm-hmm.
But they said Hypnos later?
Yes. So this one falls, I will admit, I have put this one under the category of a retcon.
Yeah.
Wherein in Last Olympian, Grover describes, because no one else sees the god who puts everyone to sleep.
Yeah.
Grover runs into him and he tells Percy that it was Morpheus.
Uh-huh.
When we get to The Sun and the Star, Nico interacts directly with Hypnos and states that Hypnos was the one who put Manhattan to sleep during the battle. And
because Morpheus isn't the god of sleep.
Because Morpheus isn't god of sleep. Exactly. So it does make more sense for it to have been Hypnos. And I think that earlier one was Rick Riordan making an error. Also, I will stand by the thing that I'm pretty sure it's a Sandman reference. Based on how he describes Morpheus wearing this long black, long jacket. And I'm like, that's very specific.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
It's very specific, Rick. But yeah, again, retcon. That said, it is not acknowledged that Grover was mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So it does read as more of a continuity error in the moment because no one takes the time to be like, yeah, Grover thought it was Morpheus, but it was really Hypnos. They're not sure how they confused him. Hypnos usually has wings.
Yeah,
so
it's a little goofy, a little silly.
Little goofy. Speaking of things that are silly, and this will be a thing that comes up a couple times on this list, Rick Riordan, not really good at keeping track of his characters' ages.
No.
And I don't mean the fact that Percy's still 17 years old.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Hazel. Shout out to Fran of not the Best Damn Camp Pod. Oh, no.
Monster Donut?
That's still Phoebe and Emily.
Oh, geez.
Oh, no, Fran is the Best Damn Camp.
Okay.
Yeah. I have so many friends and they do so many podcasts. Fran mentioned the Hazel discrepancy.
Uh-huh.
So Hazel's birthday is in December.
Yeah.
We know she is 13 years old when she dies.
Uh-huh.
She comes back to life before Jason disappears in August.
Okay.
Jason disappears in August. When we catch up to her, it's March of the following year.
So she should be 14-ish.
But she is still 13.
Maybe the dead thing fucked with things.
Yeah, but also...
you'd still say you're 14.
Yeah, you've passed the day that was your birthday. Yes, you were dead the whole time, so all those being dead years don't count. Nico does get to say he's XYZ old, because even though he was in the Lotus Hotel, that time is still passed, even though he was frozen. Much like how Talia definitely still turned 16.
Yeah.
This was them being like, loophole, but not. Look away, look away. But yes, Hazel has passed a birthday. You could be like, well, she's not going to count we don't know what month she died. We might know what month she died and what month she came back, and she's not going to count those months. But then that means she would have to change her birthday?
Yeah.
Hazel should be 14.
Yeah.
More importantly, Hazel should be 14 because Frank is 16, and it's uncomfortable for the
age gap?
sophomore, almost junior, to be flirting with the 7th grader.
The 7th, 8th grader.
Yeah. And
if she was turning 13.
And he's a sophomore going into junior. And I just don't like it.
Yeah. Well, Roman also...
No, just don't do that. Just make her a little bit older or make Frank just a little bit younger. It's not hard.
Yeah.
To make her 14 and him 15, and then we're fine.
Yeah.
He does this a lot. Hey, listener.
Plays fast and loose with ages. It's not great.
At this time of recording, we haven't actually recorded our Red Pyramid episode yet. You who've read it, you know exactly what I'm going to want to talk to DJ about.
Yeah,
we'll get to that.
This is one thing that I heard about before even reading the book. So.
We'll talk about that. I have feelings. They're nuanced. Okay. And here's listen, this is going to be actually a run for a hot second. Rick just not being good with time and how it passes. And we're going to peer this into Rick apparently not being good at the human gestation process. Shout out to both
3-month birth period.
Yeah, you know about this.
Period.
Yeah, you know about this.
You
Oh,
brought
good.
it up
Okay.
Talking when we were before we even thought about doing this as the 100th
Right.
episode, we were just going through what are the discrepancies in this series?
Yeah, I did. So yeah, I shouted out. I was like, hey, what are some ones that I've forgotten about? So shout out to Owen from Through the Mist and Mal from Demigod Debut, who both pointed this one out.
Mm-hmm.
Sally's summer fling and then August birth. Now we all know Percy's birthday is in early August. That's a big factor of the series. Sally tells Percy that she spent one summer with Poseidon.
That it would have the craziest. She managed to get inseminated or conceived.
Why?
That was a bad word.
You could have just pregnant.
Yeah, she managed to conceive.
Okay.
Right on September 20th. But even that is an 11-month pregnancy period.
And to be frank, the human gestation period isn't exactly 9 months. 9 months is
but 11 months is crazy.
Well, 11 months, but it's certainly not 11 months.
Yeah, you could do 11 months, or you could do a
3.
2-month.
Yeah, it's you say,
2 or 3
she
months.
got pregnant. It's what?
Summer? First day of summer or fucking first last day of summer.
Yeah.
It's one of these
and
two,
and
it's either incredibly long or incredibly short.
September's fall. It's vibes, summer
Kinda.
vibes. I will say summer vibes until October.
It's also
1st.
they do important things on the solstices, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
and then it's
equinoxes.
May. So you could call summer in May. It's still technically spring, but summer vibes. Okay, vibes. Neither of those timelines work. So it's just Rick just was really hung up on the idea of the god of the sea being so heavily associated with summertime beach vibes.
You could have just had her. She had a trip in Florida in October, November.
Montauk cabin. It could have just been she was at the cabin in December. She was at the cabin in November, December.
Yeah. Something, anything.
DJ, our siblings are about to have more kids.
Yeah.
These children are due in August. There's a non-zero chance that they could share a birthday with Percy Jackson.
That's funny. There's a non-zero chance they could just share a birthday.
There's also a non-zero chance these two could share a birthday and that birthday could be shared with Percy Jackson. That would
be crazy.
That specific incident is a lot smaller, but still.
It's a non-zero chance.
It's a non-zero chance. Someone calculate
That'd be a crazy text chain to be I'm in labor. So am I.
And it'd actually be Dad letting us know. That's the text chain. So real quick, if you, dear listeners, haven't listened to Owen's Through the Mist episode about this very thing, you should. I won't go into it here, but I like the way Owen has resolved this through the seahorse theory.
Oh, fair enough.
And I won't tell you more about it because I don't. If you want to know more,
Poseidon
you'll have to
had him in his thigh for a while.
That was Zeus.
Well, yeah, but Poseidon then did it for Percy.
What happened to Sally? Was Sally in there too?
No. He's like, oh, hold on, I'll hold on to that. I'll give it back to you when it's ready.
Babe, don't worry, I'll hold it for you.
Yeah, don't chill.
That's actually great and insane. Moving on. Okay. This one, the reason, and you're going to listen to this one, and you're going to be like, this one feels way less egregious than the previous one. And you're right. The reason the previous one gets to rank lower is because it gave us the seahorse theory, which I find delightful. Again, these are ranked based on how annoying I find them. So this one I do find more annoying. Again, shout out to Mal from Demigod Debut. Nico stating that he was not there for the construction of the Hades cabin when he's critiquing the way it looks, when in fact he was the one directing the skeletons at the end of The Last Olympian.
It was also the construction started at the end of The Last Olympian when he was there, and he said, "I'll stick around for a while."
Yeah. He's like, he's like literally the one summoning the skeletons and watching it get built. Like
he's doing it.
Is this I don't remember if this is Sun and the Star or if this is one of the or if this is like Blood of Olympus.
I couldn't tell you.
It's one of the Nico POVs, which means it's either Blood or it's Son of the Star. I can't remember which one, but in one of them,
we don't spend a lot of time in Nico's POV in Camp Half-Blood exploring in
No, but I don't know if he's like just thinking about the cabin.
I think
it's Sun and the Star. I think it is Sun and the Star because this is a relatively new one.
I think other shit was going down while it was literally just the end of the war. I doubt he's thinking.
I don't even think.
Man, I don't like the look of this cabin.
Yeah, so I think it is Sun and the Star. He makes a remark about how it's like so like over the top aggro goth, and he's like states that he's like, I wouldn't have designed it this way.
You would.
Brother in Zeus. Like you
have
did.
Black skull, like you have skull rings. You have black skull shirts, ripped gray jeans.
Yeah, like you are
this.
Even
I'm
now,
sorry, bro.
Like, and even now, when you have gotten some mental health resources, you're still goth, and that's okay.
That's fine.
You don't have to be depressed to be goth. But like, let's not.
You were like 13 when you were building this too. You probably would have.
It would be way funnier if he had made a comment about how it looks like a depressed goth 13-year-old built it.
Yeah, it's like, oh damn.
That's funny. That would be so funny, but it's not. It's Nico just claiming he wasn't there. And this is actually the first one that legitimately annoys me. All the other ones are like, that's kind of silly, whatever, eye roll. But this is the one that I'm like, I am actually kind of annoyed.
Because you like the idea of him building it.
Yes, but more to the point, I think the fact that he's being like, oh, this is so over the top, it like communicates something about Nico's character that makes me find him specifically a little irritating.
It's also kind of crazy because well, fuck, dude, the underworld's over the top. And whatever Will thought it might have been a little over the top, you got mad at Will.
We cannot get into the whole everyone being mad at Will for not liking the underworld.
That was crazy. I'm still crazy. So stupid.
Literally being there is unraveling him. Being there is
son of the sun god. Are you fucking kidding me? He's not gonna like this place.
Yes, the message about like not assuming just because things are like darkness and othered is not inherently bad or dangerous. Like that's a good message.
Yeah.
But then you take us to Tartarus that is inherently bad and dangerous because it is designed to be bad and dangerous. And he's not falling apart in the underworld. When they're visiting Persephone and stuff, he's good there. It's Tartarus, in which he is literally dying, and we're all we can't do this again.
It's bad.
This episode is not about this. So that one annoyed me a little bit more. But you know what annoys me a lot every time I think about this? Percy's missing sophomore year.
Yeah, sophomore, junior. Where it's
so
one of those two.
Wild. It's so
just chosen to take one and
yeah. It's like. Well, okay, we all know that Percy misses a year of school because Hera swaps him and Jason, and that's how we get the Heroes of Olympus. Like, that is the whole thing.
I don't understand why she didn't swap them. Why did she hold on to Percy for so long?
I think, was Percy not training with the wolves?
I don't know how long he was with the wolves.
I do actually think she had him in stasis for a little longer and then dropped him off with the wolves. My understanding was
like, here's the wolves, and the wolves like, all right, go.
Yeah, because...
And he's like, where the fuck am I going? I don't know. And he just starts running off.
Yeah.
So maybe like a week or so, he was just like out and about trying to run somewhere, and he finds clues to Camp Jupiter.
Yeah, because Percy's been missing for a chunk of time before Jason shows up.
For I think like a week or two.
Probably a little longer than that.
Maybe a month.
Because I feel like maybe a month. Because Percy being gone for a week, that's concerning. But quests and demigods and things like that.
But he wasn't put on a quest.
That's true.
Right? He didn't get assigned a quest. So where the fuck would he go?
Annabeth is so. We'll get to it when we get to these books. Yeah. Time will tell.
But yeah,
when he comes back, and it talks about how he missed his junior. This is something because it's the senior year adventures. This is something that's very specific in these books where he talks about, I missed my junior year, and now Percy is trying to catch up with this. And that's the time it's been solidified. The problem is, Percy had actually just finished his freshman year of high school at the end of The Last Olympian.
Which is weird because because I had a friend who had a similar time frame birth date. It was like that late or that early August, right before school started. So he was the youngest in our grade, and he was 15 in sophomore year. So he should have been finishing his sophomore year and then turning 16.
Maybe parents held him back a year before starting him in school.
I have no idea.
That's often what happens.
No, not for him. No, Jared was the same way. It's anybody who has those summer birthdays.
The summer birthday,
They're the youngest in their grade. If he was held back, he'd be the oldest in his grade.
That's right. I got it flipped around.
Yeah.
So
because I went from 14 to 15 my freshman year.
Me too.
Yeah.
So we know he's finished 6th grade in the first book. 7th grade in the second book. It's winter of 8th grade in the third one. Summer after 8th grade in the fourth one. Summer after freshman year. So which means he would have been starting his sophomore year. And we know Blood of Olympus doesn't take place, or Heroes of Olympus doesn't take place a year later. It's just a few months later.
Yeah.
And so the year Percy misses should be his sophomore year. But Rick Riordan decided he wanted Percy to be 17, about to finishing his senior year, because it feels appropriate for the stage where he wants Percy to be in now writing. And
Maybe
this is higher. I think that's why it is, because it's or he forgot and wrote junior year at one point in time and then just doubled down on that. And it's just we've talked about how we are not bothered by the fact that there is not a strict timeline in regards to the passing of years matching the same years past, right?
Yeah.
Or the fact that Percy is still 17. That also doesn't bother me. That's fine. I don't care. But
man, this one is
I do need it to follow its own internal timeline.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's just scoops a year out and the wrong year.
Yeah.
This is why we are higher on the list. I don't care for that shit.
Yep.
Okay. DJ, this one is a small spoiler for the King Chronicles. And now that I'm seeing it, I actually would move this lower on the list. It doesn't bother me, but it bothers me, less than the sophomore year thing, actually. So I'll swap those two. But it is once again Rick Riordan having no idea how old his character should be. We're actually blending the Hazel thing with the Talia eye color thing.
Okay.
So we are going to meet a character named Walt in the next book, in Throne of Fire.
Okay.
When he's first described, he is going to be described as 14 years old.
Wonderful.
Handful of chapters later, we are told he's 16.
14 to 16 is a huge jump.
It's a huge jump. And as you said earlier, you're like, that's the same book. It's the same book. It's not even beginning to end. It's like the next time Walt is mentioned. All of a sudden, he's
Walt
jumped
just
2
he's
years.
polymorphed himself. I'm I'm a little older now.
He's just polymorphed himself. And it's like, why did you do this, Rick? I know why he did it. I don't like it. But I know why he did it. I know why. I imagine he initially conceived the character as being 14. And then later on decided, actually, I'm going to have him be 16. Okay, fine. I understand why he does that because of other things about Walt's character. We'll get into it.
You got to
go
back and...
But, you got to go back and change that. And also, why didn't an editor catch this?
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
A little silly.
I don't like that. It's in the same book. It's in the description. Why did you do this?
Yeah.
It's not that it's not that he looks 16 or looks 14. It explicitly states he is 14, he is 16.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Wild.
Okay. And now we get to the big ones. These other ones.
Top 3 or?
These are going to be our top 2.
Oh, yeah.
These are the ones. Now, everything before this scales of being like, whatever, to that's kind of annoying. But nothing is so troubling, I would find. Even the Percy
Aren't they
sophomore.
both involving Grover too?
They are, and it's crazy. Hold on. Don't skip ahead.
Sorry.
I'm just trying to set some groundwork. They're not both in Grover.
Okay.
No.
One of them is. And it's my most egregious.
It's your most egregious. It's crazy. It is. These other things are things that a casual reader will miss. They do not really matter. Even the Walt aging, Percy missing his sophomore year, it ultimately
for the most part, I miss them all in the first, even second go around. It doesn't matter to me. I don't It doesn't matter to me that like
Mhm.
Blackjack is a different gender. It doesn't matter to me that Sally had a 2-month gestation period.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Like, I don't care.
These are such minor things that they are details at best that honestly have no bearing on the overall narrative or any specific character idea. With Nico being like, I don't know who built this. Like, I'm like, I'm
kind of
fuck off, Nico. It's annoying.
But also,
like other hardly. But our top 2 are rough. And again, this is my ranking.
Yeah.
So, second to last, we have, but wait, I think am I going to switch it? Am I going to switch it right now? I'm going to switch him right now. Okay. Second to last, Leo tutoring Percy in Spanish in the fall before the trials of Apollo.
This one was, Leo's presumed dead right now.
Mm-hmm,
actually, he's presumed dead until like January, March.
Yeah, because trials is the first, Hidden Oracle is in January. Because Percy's already finished all of his letters.
Yeah. So it's just insane.
Oh my God. I just realized something. Apollo dropping down, showing up and being like, Percy Jackson, I need your help. And Percy's like, oh, thank God, I just got my 3rd letter. Oh my God. Woo. Hold on. Woo. Prediction. That's how the 3rd book will end. Will be Percy hearing a knock on the door and being like, oh, I'll get it. And we're not going to actually, we won't actually see Apollo, but we'll be like, and Percy's like, I think you know what happens next, but I'll just tell you, I was really glad I'd already gotten that 3rd letter.
That'd be great. I doubt it. I don't think we're going to get that. That'd be awesome.
Riordan, he's right. He's not that kind of writer. That's how I would do it. But he's not quite so cheeky. He can be cheeky, but he's not quite so cheeky. But I just realized that from Percy's perspective, he's probably like, oh, thank the gods I just got my 3rd letter. I don't have to do this.
Imagine. He's like, I gotta get my letter. And now he helps him the whole fucking trials.
Oh, no. Crazy. And somebody was like, I can't help you. You've just been helping gods for the last 3 months, Percy.
Yeah. No.
But no, it is.
Percy says that he got some lessons from his buddy Leo.
Mm-hmm. And also Leo built the dog whistle.
Yeah. And Leo built the dog whistle so he can call Mrs. O'Leary again. But again, I doubt they ever had the time or were thinking anything of this sort.
We definitely know he wasn't tutoring Percy in Spanish on the Argo 2.
Yeah, certainly not. And I don't think Percy brought up Mrs. O'Leary's whistle to Leo.
No, because Mrs. O'Leary isn't even in the Heroes books.
Yeah, not there. And so him to say, I got tutoring lessons from my buddy Leo is not good. Bro was dead.
No.
Bro's dead right now.
And I've heard other podcasters talk about this, podcasters who I really like and really respect, talked about how this doesn't really matter.
It kind of does. It's a big thing. It's a character death.
I think it does matter. I'm not saying it ruins the book. I'm not saying it's bad. But I think it matters.
I didn't like this book all too much.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't matter.
This is not
doesn't matter to the book as to why I didn't like it.
But yeah, that's not one of the reasons you didn't love the book. But it's like, I think it does matter because we as or the readers are asked to buy into the experiences the characters have had. Like, we are asked to care about them in a real way. If we didn't care about them, we wouldn't still be here 20 years later. Like, we as adults wouldn't be there.
Certainly.
And the young readers also deserve to, who are going to read these very quickly, deserve to, when they're being told this stuff matters, this has emotional impact, you should care about these characters and what happens to them, also should feel like that's true for the writer and true for the characters as they're experiencing it. I'm not saying this is suggesting that Rick Riordan doesn't care.
Yeah.
At this point, he's on record of that he just doesn't remember his own timeline.
He's got a lot. I imagine writing shit out. He probably had things he did like lab out. Maybe Leo's death didn't happen that way at first, and then he's like, oh, maybe I should change it.
Yeah.
Or like whatever the fuck. I'm sure tons of ideas have like floated through his head.
I'm sure he's written things and realized, oh wait, that doesn't work, and then changed it later. Like I'm sure we are just seeing the ones that happen to stick through the cracks. But I feel like this is a big one, especially because in this series in particular, the senior year adventures, the timeline matters so much.
Yeah.
Like the fact that this is taking place in Percy's senior year,
right after the events,
right after this book made a point of talking about, oh, I was snatched away because of Hera, Advents of Heroes, and the fact that Leo is brought up twice in this book. It was just a one-off. I could be like, oh, he wrote this one thing, didn't think about it, whatever. But the fact that Leo came back to talk about in the dog whistle thing, I'm like, okay, so you thought about Leo twice.
Yeah.
While you were writing this.
Like, I miss my buddy. He made me this.
Yeah, but like, I mean, Rick Riordan thought about Leo twice and did not think about how, wait a second, everyone thinks Leo's dead, and they don't know otherwise until January. Yeah. And also, this story,
And it's like January of
specific.
his senior year
Yeah.
because Apollo interacts with him
Yeah.
during his senior year.
Mhm. And also because you told us it's October. The fact that it's October is a big deal. It's a really big deal when this timeline is happening. And that's why this one is higher up. And that's why I find this one like not just annoying, but egregious.
It's not great. It's not good.
And
Bad.
yet, DJ,
It's not the most,
it
dude.
does in fact pale in comparison to number one. Undisputed. I don't know why I put it as second
That was
originally.
crazy that you had it as second at all.
I think it's
dude.
the Leo one, which is a little fresher when I was writing the list, but now that we're sitting here, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, you're right. This one is the worst.
Grover's character.
This is
it hurts him so bad in my mind.
So bad. Number one, the most egregious continuity error in Rick Riordan's mythology books is Grover not telling Percy and Annabeth about Jason's death on their cross-country road trip to New Rome
That
University.
is at least a 4-day drive. At least.
But it's not even like, and that's a 4-day drive if you're gunning it. They were on an adventure and they had to run from monsters. They were traveling, I would say, a week.
Probably like a week to a month, honestly. You don't know. It could have been crazy.
Let me see. When does Trials ends?
Trials end in like June.
In June. He does go to the house again. Percy has already left for the trip.
Yeah.
And then by the end of the book is when we're getting this. So, a week.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. So it's Jason dies in Burning Maze, and Grover plays a huge part in that book. Grover knows Jason has passed.
Because he even says to Apollo,
and
they
Grover
talk about it.
also knows that there is communication errors with demigods at this point.
Yes.
So, of course, Percy and Annabeth do not know that Jason has passed.
Yeah.
So the fact that he went on a drive with him, with both of them, for like at least a week.
Yeah. Several days. But even if he wasn't on the trip, he still saw them before they left.
Yeah, literally, they had a picture. Whatever. It's, just not saying anything and then letting them find out when they get there is so bad.
It's so bad. Because we know what it is that Rick Riordan forgot that Grover knew.
Which is insane because he plays such a huge part in Burning Maze.
And fine, he forgot. But like, just because Rick Riordan forgot doesn't mean this does not have, it has implications to the world. And that implication is that Grover elected not to tell them.
Yep.
And also coming from the Grover we saw in Wrath of the Triple Goddess, this Grover who's very insecure about losing his friends. It suddenly suggests that we have a Grover who didn't want to tell them because he was afraid of ruining the trip and wanted to prioritize getting to have a good time with his friends over sharing this news that they deserve to know. Like, I would want to know. Character
destruction that truly happened in Wrath of the Triple Goddess, I didn't like.
It
was one of the reasons that I'm like,
this felt like a much younger Grover.
It felt like much younger characters.
Yeah. It does not, especially like this does not read like the Grover who was in Burning Maze.
No. Doesn't read like the Grover who was in Chalice. And we didn't even get much of him there, but it doesn't read like
weird.
that.
It's weird. We'll see where the third one goes. But yeah. And the other thing that this one's like so egregious is that this wasn't a one-off book thing. Rick Riordan had been planning this reveal of Jason's death since the end of the Magnus Chase series.
Yeah.
Annabeth, when Magnus calls Annabeth after they stop Ragnarok to give her what's up, she has been crying. And he asks her what's wrong. And he's like, well, is everything okay with you and Percy? He's like, we're fine. We just got to California and we got some bad news.
Which means they got it in California.
So that's how we know for a fact they didn't know until they're there. But also that Rick Riordan was setting up the fact that, is that what it is? Is that Grover couldn't tell them because they had already established that they didn't know until they got to California.
Probably.
And so, in order to not have a continuity
error, on a fucking trip, just have him like meet him there. He was already in New Mexico. Why did he come back? You were already dealing with the fires that were in California. He could have just stayed there.
He went back. He's like, I gotta go home. So he went back to Camp Half-Blood. He got trapped in the labyrinth for a little while. He's like, I gotta go home. I gotta let everyone know I'm okay. Okay. He had to go on the trip because here's the thing. I do love Percy, Grover, and Annabeth going on the road trip.
It's great.
That's awesome.
Man.
I don't know. And so it's like, I'm suddenly realizing is like, was it the reason that Grover didn't tell him? Was it to preserve not having a continuity error over here? Because I guess in this case,
Grover's
Yeah,
character.
so in that case, you could argue that this is not a continuity error. This is Grover being a fucking monster.
Yeah, this is like a genuine selfish person.
And that is why
Like,
we've
that
got
is so,
this.
Ooh.
It's so that if I found out that I don't even want to put words into it. I don't even want to make it real.
Yeah, let's just say Jared died.
God damn it.
And you, or I was going to visit you and like Johnny and Twin for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Like you were there.
Crazy.
Jared dies. I come and we were talking and then we road trip back and then you find out Jared dies and I knew the whole time.
Like Mom and Nana tell us and you didn't tell us.
And I didn't Davis knew.
He was there. Like, yes, Grover wasn't there when it happened, but still. Oh, I think we also talked about this. Like, wait, did Grover maybe not know? Like, did Apollo never tell him? But when he's saying goodbye to Apollo, they talk about Jason's death. They talk about Jason being gone.
Literally.
And so, like, we have that. So, like, so we could argue that this one isn't a continuity error. This is just Grover being a monster.
You can either view it as a continuity error. Or, Grover's just the worst.
Or when taking into consideration the fact that we've had to establish that they don't know until California that Grover's just a monster. And that's terrible.
It's
so
bad.
I don't know. So, dear listeners, like, what do you think? How do we parse this out? Because I think the only thing that saves this is we find out Grover had a magical accident on the way home from California and forgot Jason had died.
That'd be such a cop-out.
But DJ, is that not the only way to salvage this?
That's the only way. That's the only way to salvage Grover's character. But it's already, as like we've pointed out, it's already tarnished from
Triple Goddess was kind of a rough ride for Grover. I didn't care for it. So, yeah. Anyway, we still love these books. These are not saying these are bad or that he's not a good writer or that we should make fun of it. It's just like, and again, you do this for 20 years.
He could either be a bad writer or like truly writing one of the greatest, worst friends of all time. Like,
we could be really building to like the breakdown of Grover, Percy, and Annabeth's bond. It's just not going to survive.
They still share like a fucking empathy link, and it's like, I hate this person now.
Ooh, he would never, but that'd be so interesting. Crazy. Yeah, so that's our list. Do we miss anything? Do you disagree with anything? How do you circle the square of Grover not telling Percy and Annabeth that Jason had died while trapped in a car with them for thousands of miles?
Yeah, like 3,000 miles, 4,000 miles. Our country is a large country.
It's a big.
And it was truly corner to corner. Like New York to, I guess, San Francisco. So that's not the corner of, that's not southern, but.
No, that's pretty corner to corner, though.
It's like, San Francisco's pretty northern California versus where I was thinking like LA was, but. Yeah,
you're right. I forget how far north
it's like 2 or 3 hour drive, maybe more than that. Yeah.
God, this country
California's big as fuck.
It's big as fuck. I thank you everybody for listening. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Hey, thank you for joining us for our 100th episode of Bunker 9.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Thank you for letting us complain about all of these. Some of them weren't.
I don't think we were just complaining. We were just breaking down.
Some of them weren't super bad. Most of them weren't. It really was those last two that I think are pretty
monstrous.
Pretty bad.
Shout out to our Godzilla patrons, Tim O'Connor, the Crystal Common, and Nicholas Miller. If y'all had a continuity error, at least it would be funny.
Yes. Thank you guys for joining us, and until next time, take care.
Bye.